the beat.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Pekin don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with the trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go.
Yeah, my dear, my on the beat.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Pekin don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try.
children go so.
It's plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations who protect their citizens, respect their neighbors, and honor the differences that make each country special and unique. It is why we in the United States embarked on an exciting program.
Now therefore, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, His Excellency Eba Simon Jaku, by virtue of the authority and pursuant of the issues and principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region under the 40 confederating states of Biafra, together with her continental shelf and territorial waters, shall henceforth regain her independence.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enui. Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Atibe kuona tulane bovo. Timalugo no godo kokodo nyano be hule. Nani mona tunilu. Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali. Ama abulezi okwenu. Na bakala keluego nezi enwe. N'ụbọchị akala keluego n'odezi. Maka na baba n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi. Ụmụ Biafra kụnyenwe. Ụmụ Biafra kụnyenwe. Unanukwa ni mono n'ụlọ mono n'ezi bịa kenenwe. Ono nenu lira tono na ndagulugu senyi tono nugu bana tayi. Kanyi wele fobi wele tabanu banyo. Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe. Naka ni kwata mila ke kwa waja sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be walo tamano. Mo Biafra kuyenu. Kani welo fobi wena tabano banye. Makano fobi abakama. Na no go no way. Mo Biafra na mekele umulina. Nkabo nkani. Wa dati na ijele wanyi biakene mi. Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope. And the Biafra is our religion. Nkodi na wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere. Wesi ya kene rugio. Adubagwo chukwo. Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem. Adawunele kala ya dike. Mafondi mojiri diebu bebe biche vele mongwem. Abusikwodo kweji mali bonine. Adagweji malo Biafra miya. Adumegwo chukwu. Papa gisi kene logi Philipu Efyong. Abusikwa nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye. Na ya bụ Biafra ya tolugo wenata. Na bụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo. N'ọkụ ọgụli nwata n'aka na ele. Abagisi kene logo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike Biafra kede ebe ndo dike. Amadike Biafra bialu.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Abagibo foye tilindilo mbadangula hunis.
Accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you today. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them that if they convict me, this is what happens. Nobody wants to do That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
the Biafran government in they know na exile cabinet na tukunanda na ya gba unu baka no ya solo bia ya to kai maluge enu disi onike kana lo mondi Biafra Revelation Army umuchukwu the angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na no aduwe kene no nama na no jisi kenal atugo ya ba no Chukwu I say can the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Webber Abuzi kwa bato biyo Atwalili umu Biafra bianunu. Anonganga pio tembe wile nami. Lili umu Biafra. Kudwa komili na kwa nunu. Mwana kwa mubia kenelio. Odagiri dimu. Ose furu dilo bia nunu weni. Makwale na kosa de maranya. Mweji mwagu kwa jilo sino de longa sojilo ya tiji sojilo we walasa. Muzi kwe wabato biye. Pagada gidi dike bia nunu. Mweji kwa la niyo. Kujine tukunyele ndi Biafra na nunu. Noda beke nege. Asimona ya dele ndi Biafra ni nenamo. Asino ya dele ni nenamo. Mandanye na bono mweno utela nyiwelienne. Mandanye na bono nudonu no mwe. Makana mbona boke kwena abodike. Moya na no moya long. No before you the belly de no wa believe melema. A good legacy will last forever, my believe melema. And the remembrance of my bless you.
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu kikabia mapurumi ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụladị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ana ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka iwe tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpee isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Stop a black African man from being the devil that we is. I say it without any apology to anybody. Black men behave like demons. Let me put it to you this way. Every good, listen carefully, every good leader Africa ever had, with the exception of Nelson Mandela,
was assassinated. Yeah, their assassination was facilitated by their own people. Is that not correct? Yes. We remember the issue of the very handsome, vibrant Thomas Sankara that came out to prove to the whole world that a black man can reason. He didn't do it by rhetoric. He went in and transformed his country, Upper Volta, Burkina Faso, built it overnight, that they failed to export food. Do you understand what I'm saying? They used his best friend, Blaise Compaoré, to kill him. Make that part remember. And Mobutu said, that is in a black man cannot take it away from himself. Do you know that in South Africa was planned by Britain? When they began our village, people were very mental. Do you know that the coup of 1966 was planned by Britain? Are you aware of that? Do you know why they planned the coup? No, sir. Because Biafra land, all of us, the East, under Dr. Michael Opara, listen to this, was the fastest growing economy in the whole world. Opara was growing the economy of the Eastern region at the rate of 40% every year. I didn't say 4%. 40%, 40% every year. It was the fastest growing economy in the world. You know what Michael Opara did? Michael Opara had steel works. Michael Opara was producing cement. Michael Opara was building ceramics. Michael Opara was producing steel in Enugu. Michael Opara was industrializing. In other words, we are manufacturing the things we are consuming. Britain said no. Even this one Nigeria cannot hold it over back. Let's spoil it. That was why they planned the coup. Are we aware of that? Very much. Now, you see, listen to me, my dear brother.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
The reason why people are suffering is because there is no truth. People believe in lies. And when you're lying, you're doing so brazenly. Radio Biafra will drive away all these demons. If you're an IPOB and you're used to lying, you're an IPOB, you don't know what you're in Atwasi, your days are numbered. I hate liars. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. Go and search your conscience. You have to be of good conduct that you could get them. Everything in life works in perfect alignment with the will of nature. You cannot be a liar and a thief and a kidnapper and you want Biafra to come. You are dreaming. If you're a liar, you're a thief, you're a kidnapper, you are somebody working with our Fulani as a saboteur and informant. You want Biafra to come. You are making a mockery. You are a hypocrite. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama can never ever listen to hypocrites. There is something you need to know. These are the things you need to bear in mind. These are the things you need to be conscious of. If you are of bad conduct, go and change. For you to remain in IPOB, we want people that when parents see them, when they see the way you behave, parents will send their children. Come on, that is what we want to do. That's exactly what we want to do. not to raise a group of people who are ill-behaved, people that have no respect for their elders, people who have no respect for their mothers and their fathers, people who have no respect for their seniors, people who have no regard for the betterment of the environment and society they're going up in.
As one brother wrote very eloquently, he said there are saboteurs everywhere, that every ethnic group have their own saboteurs, but there is something special about an Igbo Sabo. that an Igbo saboteur is the special breed altogether. That his own Sabo is spiritual saboteur. What drives him or her, he or she wouldn't know. If they try to be like you and they cannot be like you, the next thing is envy. And another thing is, what do I do to bring him down to my level? They're going to sabotage. That's the way they are. It's in their nature. Nobody can take that away from an Igbo man. It's how they are. That's how they are wired.
If not, that means you're not doing anything. If nobody is chasing you to arrest you, that means you're not a freedom fighter. If nobody is trying to stop what you're doing, that means that what you're doing is not effective.
I want every one of you to remember these 3 words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want to make it very clear this evening that those who align with the Nigeria government to undermine the legitimate interests of Biafra people, especially in the liberation phase of Biafra, we are not going to allow them to have peace within Biafra territory. Because they are aligning with the enemy who killed our people and commit genocide in our land. And what they do is to fight against our common interest. We should not and can never be remorseful. We are going to deal with them decisively by uprooting those individuals who, by the pen, approve the invasion of Biafra land and making it possible for the Nigeria terrorist security agencies to lay siege on Biafra soil. Regardless of their status, we don't engage later after Biafra has gotten its independence. The idea of the struggle, of the face of this struggle at this point, is to liberate Biafra holistically. Because if we don't do it now, it may undermine the development of Biafra when we go into the second phase of the civil war, with the internal civil war after Biafra independence. And we cannot allow that to happen. We have the potential to develop at the fastest rate, more than any country in the world. These people must be driven out of Biafra land. Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured an aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
In the Biafra territory, Nigeria is the terrorist, not we, not Biafran. So Finland, you need to get that clear first. You need to know who is committing the act of terrorism. As of today, the Nigerian state, headed by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, continues to unleash act of terrorism against innocent Biafrans. They killed 4 innocent children today in Biafra land. Finland, that is terrorism. Right there. That is terrorism. If you do not know what terrorism means, Nigeria is a terrorist state. So when Finland neglects the terrorist state of Nigeria and labels innocent Biafrans a terrorist group, who told Finland that indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, who told Finland that we are terrorists? Who gave that labeling? Because they said it. So is it Nigerian terrorist states, Tinubu, Christopher Musa, Bianca Ojukwu that reported, Tinubu that reported to you, Finland, that we, IPOB, that we are terrorists? Then you believe them, right? You believed the lies perpetrated by the Nigerian state because you want to enjoy economic gain from Nigeria. You want to milk that oil that comes from Biafra land. And based on that, you've joined the terrorist state of Defense Chief Christopher Musa of Nigeria to label Biafrans as terrorists, right? We are waiting for the indictments that you, Finland, is going to come up with. Biafra, we are a sovereign nation, and we are waiting for that. We are waiting to see how this game will end between Finland, Nigeria, and the United States of Biafra. According to the Finland Criminal Police Bureau Department, they went on this nationwide investigation, both in Nigeria and everywhere. I don't even know, everywhere, possibly America. I believe they told the American government that I am a terrorist, and they needed that investigation. But guess what? America told Finland to go to hell.
Yes.
America told Finland to go to hell. You have no clue what you are talking about. How can you leave the Nigerian terrorist state? President Tinubu, that is the real terrorist, and you are trying to label people like us as terrorists. They tried. I'm telling you, Finland approached America, but they failed woefully. Woefully, because America is a country that is built on the rights of the citizens. They know what being independent means. They know what self-determination means. They know what self-defense means. So when Finland came with that globalist agenda, they are operating in Europe with Netherlands, with Norway. America told them to go to hell. That is why they could not proceed with their lies, with their fake investigation in America. But did they try? Yes, they did. Did they inform American FBI? Yes, they did. I know they did.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program wherever you are joining from, either from the east, west, north, or south. Whichever part of the world you are connecting us from Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you are joining us from Nigeria, from Biafra land, from Oduduwa land, Whichever area you are joining us from, I welcome you and I appreciate everyone that has connected. Thank you so much for joining. The platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Epa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. That is where we are and that is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack persons or individuals. We don't come here to speak against any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to preach freedom. Freedom for all. Live and let's live. We are here to promote humanity. We are here to expose the lies and atrocities of the terrorist government of Nigeria to the world. We are here to expose the evil that the Nigerian government is carrying out against the supposedly citizens of it, including those who call themselves one Nigerians. They have been forced to accept slavery. Some of them no longer have a voice to speak. They have accepted the condition as normal. But those of us who still have the courage to speak, we will not stop talking. We will continue to speak until everyone in that zoological republic is saved. We cannot be silent. It doesn't matter the lies they push right, left, and center. We will continue to expose them. Every indigenous person in that contraption called Nigeria has been made an endangered person. You walk out of your house in the morning to go to work, you are not sure if you're going to return or not. People are living in fear. Death is occurring at every given point in time. Everything in Nigeria is meant to kill you. If they do not take your life with the police, they take your life with the army. If the army did not succeed, the bandit will take your life. If the bandit did not take your life, the road will take your life. If the road will not take your life, the water you drink will take your life. If the water didn't take your life, the air you breathe will take your life. That is how bad it is. Everything in Nigeria is polluted with evil. There is danger looming everywhere. Even when you go to sleep in your home, you are not sure you're going to wake up the following morning. We have heard stories of people being kidnapped in their homes. Even in the capital city, people are being kidnapped from their homes. A country where citizens have been made endangered persons. Many of them have lost their voices. They can't speak. They cannot protest. They cannot demand for their rights. If they do, the government will come after them. We just saw recently, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, where people were protesting in Delta State against the kidnappers. What was the title of the protest? Asking the government to go after the kidnappers that are taking innocent life and get them down. What did they do? They went after the protesters and many of them were shot. Simply because they came to protest, to ask for that, which is their right. What the zoo is good at is telling lies against its own people, making sure that the enslavement of the Westerners continue in Nigeria. That is what they are very good at. You can imagine in a time when every African country is walking away from their colonial masters to build a standard that is going to suit them. But what do you see in Nigeria? The drug baron who they put in Asorok is busy running towards the colonial master, the worst of all, France, running towards France, inviting them and bringing them into the zoo. It is sad. It is sad. The atrocities of Nigerian government cannot be numbered, cannot be mentioned. But yet, people continue to pretend it's not happening. You cannot see the news in conventional media. You can't see it in international media. The Westerners are busy pursuing their own interest, making sure that the mineral resources in Nigeria continue to flow to them undisturbed. That is where they are concerned. As long as the mineral resources continue to flow to them, they do not care about your life. It is to your tent, O Israel. People are left to save themselves. And that is why we, the Biafran people, have taken it upon ourselves to save ourselves. Not only ourselves, to save those who are willing to be saved. Because you cannot force somebody who doesn't want to be saved to be saved. It is a choice to be free. If you want to have your freedom, you need to work for it. If you want to remain a slave, it is up to you, your choice. Freedom of association is one of the things we signed up to during the redeclaration of Biafra on the 29th of November 2024 in Lahti, Finland. We will continue to speak, regardless how they think, regardless what they do, no matter how they try to hold us down, to stop us, to gag our platforms. We will continue to speak. Even if it's only one person we see, we will talk. I won't stop. As long as I have breath, I will continue to preach this gospel. Because I know there are still some sensible people out there. There are still some reasonable human beings out there in all parts of the world. In Asia, in Europe, in America, Australia, Canada. There are still some sensible people that have conscience. Even in Britain. Even in France, there are still people that are sensible. But you see, their governments are evil. Their governments are evil. And most of the time, the good ones among them do not know what is happening in Africa because they are limited to information. Just like when they were fighting the war of genocide in Biafra land. While they were busy starving Biafran children to death. Their citizens did not know what was happening. Many British citizens did not know what happened. Until when they found out what was happening, many of them joined the Biafrans to protest in the United Kingdom. And that is the beauty of the social media we have today. That is why whenever you join our platform, you have to share. Join, share. You never can tell who the information will reach. So that the world will be aware of what is happening in your own locality. It's unfortunate that some of us use our platform for jokes. We use our platforms for saga. Some of us use our platform for one thing or the other. But that thing that matters, that concerns our collective interests, you won't talk about it. Because you don't want to lose friends. Because you don't want to lose contracts. Because you want to be seen as somebody who is neutral. Wait until when you get to your grave. There is no neutrality in grave. Once you get to grave, it is 6 feet. Everybody will descend to 6 feet. You can't go halfway. Everybody is going down there. Wait until when you get there. Then you go there and play your neutrality. Every morning we come here to push these informations, to tell the world what is going on in Biafra land and in the Zoological Republic called Nigeria as a whole. And we will continue to do so. Remember, whenever we come online, our program is always open for everybody. Our program is not limited to Biafrans alone. It's not limited to one Nigerianist or Nigerians alone or Africans alone. It's for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. This program is for you. If you have a contribution to make to us, feel free, go to the comment section. As long as you're with me on YouTube, make your contributions. Click the link and comment. If you have a superior argument, you don't agree with what we are saying, please use that link and comment. Come and educate us. At the end of the day, it's either we learn from you or you learn from us. Is there something you're hearing about us that you're not too sure about? You want to confirm? Click the link, come in and ask your question. Is there a suggestion you have for us? Click the link, come in and make your suggestion. In this platform, the members of the Cabinet of the United States of Biafra are watching. So whatever contribution you make in this platform, it is going to go a long way. Use this opportunity and use it wisely. The only thing we ask is that if you want to appear on our program on video, please make sure you appear in a decent manner. We cannot admit you on our program appearing naked or wearing just your singlet. No. When you're appearing on our program, you must appear in a decent manner. And secondly, when you are speaking on our platform, please, you must speak in a very civil manner. Be civil. It doesn't matter how angry you are, whether you agree with us or you don't agree with us, whatever your opinion might be, you are entitled to it. But while you are trying to express yourself, do it in a civil manner so that others can understand you and digest what you're saying. At the same time, you can get a good response. I appreciate everyone who has connected so far. As you join, bring somebody along with you. Don't just sit here and watch alone. The assignment is for you and I. Whether you are in the comment section, whether you are watching, you are part of the media. And all you have to do is to share so that others can get this information. Don't be too economical with it. Let it out. Let everyone join us and spread this gospel. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, friends of Biafrans and people of the world that are watching us at this minute, today we have chosen a topic to discuss, which says, if you let fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. That is the topic we're going to discuss today. If you let fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. The fear of the unknown. So many of us today, Biafrans, Africans as a whole, the fear of the unknown is holding us down. There are some people today in this restoration of Biafra that the fear unknown is holding them down. And because of that, they chose to remain neutral. They chose not to participate. Some of them choose to fight against their own freedom because of the fear of the unknown. It is sad. The fear of the unknown. It is high time we walk away from this fear of unknown. Because the more you remain afraid of the unknown, you stifle your true potential. You cannot be able to display your potentials when you are afraid and scared. We can do a lot for ourselves as Biafrans. We can do a lot for ourselves as Biafrans. Africans can do a lot for themselves. But the fear of the unknown is making people to fight against their own freedom. More especially, this so-called political elite. The political elite that have been empowered by the Western world with the so-called democratic nonsense that they gave you in Africa. They come with their message of democracy and they gave to you those that have been empowered, those that they have already educated in their own way to obey their instructions and follow their own plans. And when they get to power, everything you say, they will never agree, except that which their colonial master have taught them. The fear of the unknown is holding so many of us Biafrans down. There are many people who don't want to support Biafra because they felt they have dwelled so long in the zoological republic. They have built empire in the zoo. They felt that when Biafran come, they don't know their fate. They don't want to be equal with others. They don't want in a situation where the number of beggars that lie down in the come on, welcome them, we reduce. They won't want in a situation where everybody will depend on themselves and nobody will come and beg you and be calling you big names. And because of that, they prefer to remain on that level they feel that they are a better slave than you are. Every single individual that is from the old Southeastern region have been sold out. And the Zoological Republic is using us as an instrument. They are using us as goods that they can hand us over to whatever or wherever they want. Some of us are so fearful that we are not ready to confront this madness. We are so afraid. How long will you continue to be afraid? It is said that a coward dies 1,000 times before his death. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Why don't you take this opportunity and liberate your generation unborn? It is unfortunate that most of us do not think about the future of our unborn children. We don't think about the future of our generation unborn. It is just about us and about us, for us to enjoy as much as we can in our own time and walk away. Every one of us should begin to stand up and support your own freedom. And wherever you are as a Biafran, I want you to ask yourself, how far have you supported the United States of Biafra? So many of us are very good in making suggestions, telling the government to do this or do that. The government is doing everything that needs to be done, even more than you can ever imagine. But you on your own, what are you doing to support? That is the question you should be asking. What are you doing to support the United States of Biafra? Within a space of 6 months, the government have done more than enough with little resources. Some of you do not know that every move you make in this government costs money. For you to take any step for recognition in this very government, it costs money. In case you do not know, just maybe go and look at other governments of the world and look at their budget. Look at the budget of other countries of the world, in outreach, in traveling, in diplomatic moves, how much it costs. It is not a child's play. That is why every one of us should focus on ourselves. What contribution are you making? Remember, it is the Biafran people that are sponsoring their government. There is no organization sponsoring the United States of Biafra. There is no country sponsoring the United States of Biafra, at least not yet now. Every single achievement that has been made today is made through you, through me, through this little contribution you are making every Saturday. That is how we have achieved everything we have achieved today. It is not enough to continue to make demand from the government. Meanwhile, on your own part, you are not doing what you have to do. It is not enough. Just like yesterday, that somebody came online and was asking what Dr. Ngozi Orebeze have done. You can imagine somebody coming out to ask, what has the government done for the past 6 months? The only reason you will ask that question is because you are one of those who is awake and pretending to sleep. You are mischievous, you are envious, or probably you have not been following what is happening. Because anybody that have been following events from 29th of November 2024 that Biafra was redeclared till date, you don't have to ask such question. That what Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze and the government of United States of Biafra have done. The government of the United States of Biafra have done above average. You cannot see it because your heart is sealed with hatred. You cannot see it because your heart is filled with envy and jealousy. You cannot see it because your conscience is dead. But if you are reasonable, human, has conscience in you, you will know that the United States of Biafra government have done enough. Every single move that is made by a government costs money. And that is why the constant Saturday fundraising is being made to see that government meets that demand. The same way in protecting our land, it costs money. Equipping our Liberation Army of Biafra, it costs money. This government kicked off with nothing, with an empty treasury. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that this government kicked off from 29th of November 2024 with absolutely empty treasury. It is something that every one of us know, that the account of the government was hijacked. The Minister of Finance pulled out and seized the finance of the government. And the government began to run on its own up to this moment. So the government have made a whole lot of achievement. The only reason you cannot see it is because you are mischievous and you are denying the truth. Because your heart is not pure. If you have a pure heart, you will see it. If you have a pure heart, you will see it. It is high time every one of us will come out and support the United States of Biafra. I ask again, what are you afraid of? If you let fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. Do not allow the fear of the unknown to stop you from doing what you are supposed to do. Do not allow the fear of the unknown to stop you doing whatever. If all of us become afraid of doing what we have to do, how are we going to survive? We cannot get this far. We cannot get this far. If we continue to have this fear, the fear of the unknown, we cannot go far. What are you afraid of? We have every potential to be what we have to be. We have it. As Biafrans, we have done it before and we can do it now even better than we did in the past. Every one of us that is watching, Biafrans and non-Biafrans, know the success that was made within the 3 years of the Civil War. If you don't know about it, go and read it up and see how successful the United States of Biafra was during the Civil War. The invention they made, they were able to refine oil by themselves. They were able to refine even oil by themselves. They did a lot for themselves. Biafrans were able to refine oil. The success that Biafra made within the space of that 3 years, Nigeria has not been able to achieve it up to this minute. You can imagine, within the 3 years of the Civil War, Biafrans were refining their own oil they were using, including refining oil for the aircraft, and they were able to build aircraft for themselves. But from independence till date, Nigeria still do not have a functioning refinery. I'm talking about foreign one built by them, for them. They can't be able to operate it, let alone them having a refinery built by themselves. But this was what Biafrans did in the space of the 3 years of the Civil War. They were busy and they were able to build and refine their own oil. They were able to build their own airport. They were able to construct their own runway in the midst of the war. It is time for us to overcome our fears. Today, one of the instruments that they are using against us is fear. The global conspiracy is expanding more and more. The tag of terrorists that they are giving to us is to instill fear in you so that you can run away from your responsibilities. They want to instill fear in you. And instilling this fear, they use even people who claim to be Biafrans, they use them to push this fearful agenda. That is why somebody who call him or herself a Biafran, we begin to expose names and account numbers of people who are contributing to their own freedom. A humanitarian donation that is being made, a humanitarian contribution to save life. You are fighting against it. You are exposing the account and names of your brothers and sisters because of your own selfish interest, because of your greed, because of envy and jealousy. You go to the extent of pushing lies and propaganda. You have the video of Mazen Nanakan that I played. He say he hates liars. Today, because some people are afraid that when the United States of Biafra stands, there will be nowhere. That is the genesis of the fallback. People want to fall back because they feel that they are not accommodated in the United States of Biafra, that in the United States of Biafra, they are not in the front line. The fear of the unknown. And because they are not in the front line of the United States of Biafra, they want everything to crash and they tell you to fall back. Because of the fear of the unknown, that is why people will go and concoct a fake information, push lies. They go to every length, including forming a lawsuit, fake lawsuit, with the name of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon. Something that you know is arrant nonsense, a pure lie from the pit of hell, that Mazi Simon Eba sued a government that he himself formed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That Mazi Simon Eba sued a government that he himself formed by himself. It wasn't Dr. Ngozi Orebeze that formed the government, the United States of Biafra government. The United States of Biafra government was formed by the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Eba with the vote of all the members of the cabinet, including the people that are fighting today. Every one of them voted. Every one of them voted that we are going to redeclare Biafra and the name will cease to be Brigi and it will become the United States of Biafra. But when they found out that in the new era of the United States of Biafra, that their assignment is not needed, instead of them to take a bow and go with their respect, they want to fight to remain relevant, even when they know they have nothing to offer. United States of Biafra have gotten to the stage where we need experts to work for the government. It doesn't matter how long you have been there. You can be there for donkey years. You can be there for 1,000,000 years, but we need experts at this period in time. And you must admit that. Whichever role you have played in the past, we respect you, we appreciate you, and you will be celebrated accordingly at the right time. But for you to try to hold us captive and tell us to fall back, you're a joker. You're a joker. But whatever happens, the United States of Biafra government is standing tall, and there is no going back. The foundation you are seeing today was led by Mazi Simon Ekpa himself. And for some of you who have forgotten, I am going to remind you by playing one of the video of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. One of his video before they took him away from us. I will continue to play that video to remind you of what we are supposed to expect, what we are supposed to do, the angle we are supposed to go after the declaration of the United States of Biafra. This is no longer time for you to come online and shout and talk and abuse and curse people and push propaganda and call people names. No. From the moment the United States of Biafra was declared, it becomes necessary that experts have to come in, people that can be able to represent Biafra when necessary. Because when you are going to represent Biafra, let's assume Biafra writes to a country and the country needs to see our representative. When you are sending your representative, they have to know the credential of the person you are sending. They have to know the credentials of the person you are sending. So it doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter what you think, how long you have been. We cannot be an island. We have to deal with other countries, and you must be an expert. There are certain requirements that countries of the world need to see in you to be able to interact with you, to be able to understand that you can be able to digest the information. There are some qualifications you must have. There's some level of education you must have for you to represent a country. You don't just pick anybody anyway. If you want to make impact, and we are in that era where experts need to step in to do what they have to do. And some ignorant fools who are aggrieved, who know they have nothing, they have no profile, and yet they want to force themselves into Biafra. We are not talking about a family meeting here. We are not talking about a family meeting. We are not talking about age grade. We are talking about a country that is going to compete with countries of the world. In 21st century, there are some level of education you must have for you to sit on the table to discuss issues on behalf of a country. And when I look at these people who are aggrieved, you ask them, why are you doing what you are doing? So many of them have no profile. So many of them have no profile. That is why today, if you look at the United States of Biafra for the past 6 months, what the United States of Biafra have been doing is exceptional. Busy, putting policies together, creating programs, writing letters to people that matters, making necessary moves. But this fallback group, these people who say they want to fall back, in as much as I don't follow their program, I don't care to listen to them, but I know I have not seen online, because if there is, maybe on browsing, I'm going to admit it, any program they have had to push forward Biafra. I have never seen them with any program that is meant to push forward Biafra, to push the issue of Biafra forward. There's no program they have. Initially, their anchor was men on the ground. Every time, men on the ground, men on the ground. They use it to deceive Biafran because they know how connected, how emotional Biafrans can be when you talk about men on the ground. So they capitalize on that and use that against the Biafrans. Until the Biafrans woke up and realized that it is all a game. Including the men they were using, those men they were using finally realized that this is just a play. And these days you can see that those men they are using are disappearing one after the other. You can imagine we did our Heroes Remembrance Day and they were scarce. You couldn't find them. That will make you understand that some of them are realizing their mistake. But when we are telling them that your place is not on the social media, when we are telling them, advising them, leave the social media and get busy with the defense of the land, they thought it was a joke. Many of them expose themselves out of popularity. They expose themselves because they want to be relevant. They forgot what they are supposed to do to defend the land, and they begin to do a different thing. And many of them paid a heavy price for that. Tomorrow, are you going to blame Chukwu Kabiam that he didn't secure you? You can't blame Chukwu Kabiam. You cannot blame Chukwu Kabiam. Chukwu Kabiam gave us the security that we deserve, but many of us threw it away. We are so lucky that we always have leaders that will tell us things that will happen when it has not yet happened. But some of us, because of our friend, because of what we will eat, because of envy and jealousy, we allow ourselves to be consumed and taken over. And sometimes we fall away from the side. I want us to listen to this message that our Prime Minister Mazi Samago delivered before he was taken away from our midst. I want you to pay attention to this message for you to know where we are today and what we are supposed to be doing. And we keep reminding you, forget about the fear of the unknown. Forget about it. If you let fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. Yes. I want you to pay attention to this.
What are the declaration of the 2nd December meant to achieve? At least it is no longer a question of uncertainty. It is no longer a question of whether we are unsure. But I believe the message of the Declaration of the Restoration of Independent State of Biafra on the 2nd of December 2024 has penetrated even to the bone marrow of the enemies. So
now I want you to pay attention. Listen to our Prime Minister Mazi Samago, what he has to say. What was the purpose of the Declaration of Biafra? The Biafra that we declared on the 29th, suppose it was supposed to be declared on the 2nd, but just as Mazi Samago said before that, we can declare even before then, depending on the situation. And that situation arises. That declaration was made on the 29th of November 2024. What are we targeting? What were we targeting before that very declaration? What were we trying to achieve from that declaration? I want you to pay close attention. When you are listening to this message of Mazi Samago, then you compare it to what you're hearing now. Then it will help you to balance your brain and know where to fall.
What do we intend to achieve? They have mocked us that we are in exile. But what the truth that they are not telling themselves is that we are not only in exile. We are actually more in the homeland than what we are in exile. The truth they refuse to tell, which they continue to deceive themselves, is that every blessed Monday in Biafra land, we demonstrate that we are not just in exile. We also control the homeland. The truth they have not told you is that whenever we issue any declaration on either civil disobedience or the forceful lockdown of the Nigeria state institution in Biafra land, like we have declared from the 28th day of this August to the 26th of September, those who call us government, those who say we are in exile, will start crying. They will start all manner of propaganda, panicking, sending military terrorists in our land to try to, see whether we can change our mind, thinking that by killing our people, the pressure will, force us to change our mind. These are the things that they are not telling those gullible, idiot criminals in Nigeria that are believing in one Nigeria.
Cecilia, I don't know who you are. You call your name Cecilia. I'm seeing your text and what you're writing there, Cecilia. If you are a Biafran, I don't know if you are a Biafran or you are not. But even if you are not a Biafran, even if you are not a Biafran and you are sincerely asking questions and you want to know, I want you to pay attention to this very video I'm playing. This video is going to answer your question. If you're here to get an answer to your question, this very video, you are going to get the answer to this question you're asking from the mouth of the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Indonesia, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is today the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra. So, if you are here to ask questions, I have seen your question, but I urge you to pay attention, listen carefully to what Mazi Simon Ekpa is saying. This very video will teach you some lesson if sincerely you want to learn. But if you are here to distract, you are in the wrong place. A word of an advice for you, I don't know whether you are a Biafran or you are non-Biafran. If you want an answer to your question, pay attention to what the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra is saying here. Listen carefully and you'll get the answer to your question.
Because they have found themselves in a safe haven where they can commit crimes, international crimes and cyber crimes, and they will be bragging in their various communities for making money through crime. So they lie to themselves that, oh, don't listen to him, they are just in exile. Yet, each time we make any pronouncement, it becomes a problem to them.
Cecilia, I repeat again. I know you will not be bold enough to click the link and come into the program, but I want you to pay attention to the answer to your question. I am going to answer your question with the word of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you want to learn, just keep silent and be watching. I am going to respond to you. Just pay attention to what this very video I'm playing. It is going to answer your question. This video, when they started, do you hear what he said? What do we expect after the declaration of the United States of Biafra? What to expect? That is what you are going to hear here. Who recognizes you? How long it's going to take? How it's going to happen? You are going to hear it here. You don't need to tear your pants unnecessarily. Can you pay attention to this video? Since I'm not angry with you, maybe you joined yesterday. Maybe you're one of those who just jump into a video. Maybe you are a Biafran or you're not a Biafran. So pay attention. You will learn if really you want to learn.
So the big question is, what do we intend to achieve from the 2nd of December? My supporters in the United States, Biafrans in the United States, we have at least 2 objectives. We want to achieve 2 things from this 2nd of December declaration. These 2 things are the delegitimization of the Nigeria state within Biafra land and the legitimization of Biafra government within Biafra land and beyond.
Did you hear that? Cecilia, did you hear that? The main reason why Biafra was declared and what we tend to achieve is the legitimization of Biafra government and delegitimization of Nigerian government at home and abroad. Legitimization of Biafra government and delegitimization of Nigerian government home and abroad. That is what we intend to achieve. But people like you that I wouldn't want to use word that is going to maybe hurt you, that are not paying attention. You don't know your left or right. You don't know where we started and where we are going. People like you now who should focus on legitimizing Biafran government and delegitimizing Nigerian government. What you are doing is legitimizing Nigerian government and delegitimizing Biafran government. It is a shame. But I want you to pay attention. Maybe after listening to the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, you might have a change of heart and begin to do things right.
Our declaration will cover all grievances against Nigeria. The injustices against Biafra people by the Nigerian state, the harms suffered by the Biafra people within Nigeria. This has a standard way of delegitimizing Nigeria as an existing state, and of course, legitimizing Biafra as a new independent state. These grievances, the Biafra government have constituted a committee called the Declaration Drafting Committee that is putting and penning down every grievances we have against Nigeria. And there is the latest one, which is the student loan. Many of you have seen in the news that they have approved a student loan from every geopolitical zone, but they excluded Southeast, part of Biafra. That is technically accepting partially the declaration that is coming on 2nd of December. They are already telling us to go. But what they have refused to understand is that they don't define our map. We define our map. It is not them. They are still using the colonial mentality of giving them the demography, changing the demography for them. This is 21st century, where the people are wise and we know our boundaries. We know our land. You don't tell us where our land is and come from Yoruba land to tell us where your boundary ends, or come from the Fulani Caliphate to tell us where your boundary end, our boundary end. No, that was then. During the time of Usman Danfodio and during the time of Babangida, where you use your military degree to do whatever you want. This time around, it is not going to work like that. We know our boundary. Our boundary has been defined by the Biafra government. Our state and institutions has also been put in place by the Biafra government. So our declaration is going to state very clearly the grievances we have against Nigeria, why Biafra has come to become a remedy. Now, I use instances always, making references to the United States. Just as in the 1776 of the U.S. Declaration, when they become a new state, then presented this particular new state of the United States as the only remedy, the listed grievances for them to declare the independence of the United States. Biafra will be presented to the world as the only remedy to the insecurity that Nigeria has created in quest to bring Islamization of Nigeria, and of course, that turn Nigeria into Islamic State. We are going to present Biafra government as a remedy to the United States, to the West, and to every other world power that cares to know. Part of the grievances will be the killings by the terrorists and the high-level corruption and political crisis that Nigeria has found itself today without any solution. Since the last election, which the European Union condemned, which the United Nations condemned, which the America condemned, and faulted everything that has to do with the result of the last election. Yet, they are recognizing the criminal who called himself Tinubu as the president. Because Nigerians are stupid. Nobody rise up against, because everybody have been captured and enslaved with terrorism. If you do the killing, the assassinating. That's why many of them are bragging Whenever we talk, they say, Samanaka, come to Nigeria so we believe you. Do you know why? Because they think that we are going to be as stupid as those people that have killed in the past. Kensaro Wiwa, should we start mentioning them? Anybody that rise up to challenge the impunity of the Nigerian state, the terrorist state, they eliminate the person. What is the other name? The Yoruba man, Gani Kfawemi or whatever he's called. He was assassinated. These are people who think they can make changes within the Nigerian state. It's impossible. Even this criminal called Tinubu, he ran away. He would have been killed by the military administration then, because he thought that he can have any political movement, to change whatever he want to change then, before he came back to become the governor. He ran away to exile, and probably France, because I know he has a very good relationship with people in France. Now, just like the United States, we are going to present Biafra after 2nd of December as the only remedy to the political crisis in Nigeria today. We will present Biafra as the only remedy to the upsurge of terrorists in the Sahel. I am telling you, nobody will see what we are doing today as a government in exile and don't give us that particular opportunity. We have proven beyond reasonable doubt that as Nigeria as a failed state, the only remedy that will save the life of people and also save the interests of the West, because no matter how you want to say it, we still have to protect the interests of the West, which goes a very long way in making sure that our society still remain in a sane society, both in conflict-wise, insecurity-wise, national security, and what have you. So Nigeria no longer function as a law-governed state, capable of resolving its current political and economic crisis. My people of Biafra, our declaration in December is providing a remedy, providing alternative to the Biafra people and to the world, and to those who have business interests in the area, in Sahel area, Sahel region, and in Nigeria as a whole, because this is going to affect them positively. So Nigeria have found itself in a situation where they have become incapacitated. They are not capable of resolving every crisis that they are facing today. So the state is already a failed state. So what are we going to do in December 2nd? Our declaration will offer solution. And like I said, remedy, remedy, remedy to the economic crisis, to the insecurity, to the upsurge of terrorism, and what have you. And we believe that those who supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafrans in the 60s must be very ashamed of themselves today. Though we can see that many of them who are very corrupt, I am talking about those in America, for example, like, some of them we have seen removing Nigeria from the list of, special interest of a state that have committed crime against Christians, for example. Those who remove Nigeria without investigation, they are struggling very hard, trying not to look stupid by their continuous support for the Nigeria, even when they knew that Nigeria is already a failed state. The more they try to revive Nigeria, following their fake diplomatic ties, and the more Nigeria will continue to fail them. So, my people, there is no two ways about it. This time around, we have come to outsmart the nomadic system of Nigeria. And of course, our aim and objective is to bring and restore true democracy in Biafra land, which will affect the entire region. After December 2nd, we will move to the next level, which I call the phase 2 of the Biafra liberation, which this phase 2 will see the establishment and the activation of the state institution within Biafra land, which is already functional as I speak. That will take over the Nigeria state functions, will take over the functions of other institutions from the Nigeria state, and that is the part of the delegitimization of Nigeria. And by announcing the United States of Biafra commitment to several international sanctioned principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had. We are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative.
What our Prime Minister is mentioning here is what is actually going on today in the United States of Biafra, approaching every organization and government that matters on the recognition of Biafra, and also signing up to treaties with countries of the world, with organizations, according to international law. That is what the United States of Biafra is doing today as we speak. It kicked off from the moment of that declaration. Many treaties were signed. Even on that day, treaties were signed. After that very declaration, many other treaties have been signed, and many letters have been written to governments of the world, countries of the world, telling them about the declaration of Biafra, and also signing up to treaties that has to do with international laws, because we cannot operate our own. This is what the government is doing today. It is a process. It is a process. We have declared Biafra, and we are now a nation of our own. From 29th of November 2024, that declaration was made. In as much as our land is still under occupation, the job we have to do is to continue to pursue the recognition and continue to hold on to the declaration that was done until we take over our land completely. And the process of takeover doesn't happen at night. The process of taking over our land doesn't happen at night. I saw a question that somebody asked there, asking me about sovereign. He said, what did he say? He said, I should explain more about sovereign nation. The explanation of sovereign nation is nothing, it doesn't need any, you can Google it there and you see it. A sovereign nation is an independent nation, a nation that is independent. And from 29th of November, we declared independent. If you do not believe on that declaration that was made on the 29th, it is up to you. That's the different thing. If you're a Biafran and you do not believe on that declaration, it is a different ball game. Then when you begin to be angry when we call ourselves a sovereign nation, you're angry with that title, sovereign nation. It is your business because you are not part of the declaration. You do not agree with it. You do not agree with it. That is exactly what it means. If you don't agree with the declaration, I don't have a problem with you. But for those of us who traveled and flew to Finland to declare Biafra on the 29th of November 2024, from that date going forward, we become a sovereign nation, an independent nation of our own, even though our land is still under occupation. And all we have to do is to stand on that declaration and continue to fight on until we remove Nigeria completely from our territory, which is that delegitimization of Nigerian government and legitimization of Biafra government that Samarika talked about. The legitimization and delegitimization is not going to take, it's not a day job. It can take years. It can take a decade to happen. It is a process. And that does not mean you have to throw away the independence of your nation. You have to throw away your sovereignty simply because you have not taken over your place completely. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Somebody is asking me to explain to him. You are angry because our Deputy Prime Minister of Northern addressed United States of Biafra as a sovereign state. That is what it is. If you don't like it, go and hug the transformer. Those of us who came into that declaration, those of us who believe in that declaration of Biafra, if you don't believe in it, it is your business. You are entitled to continue to evangelize and process your own Biafra the way you want it. But those of us who committed our life, committed our time, committed our money, committed our effort to that declaration, from that 29th of November 2024, we became a sovereign state. And that sovereignty stands. For us to completely take over our land, which is the legitimization we're talking about, it is a process. And we are going to continue to go through that process until finally we get there. I don't know why it is difficult for you to understand. The only reason it is difficult for you to understand, like the Cecilia that was writing rubbish on that very comment section, I don't know if she's a Biafran or not. You are quarreling with sovereignty. You are quarreling that why should Dr. Ngizo Rebeze be addressing Biafra as a sovereign state? You want her to address Biafra as what? After the declaration of Biafra. After the declaration of Biafra on the 29th of November 2024, as Mazi Simon Ekpa said in this very program, as he has directed, what we need to do after the declaration is to continue the process of delegitimization and legitimization. It takes time. It doesn't happen at night. It doesn't happen a day. And you cannot throw away your declaration and your sovereignty because you have not taken your land completely yet. Our land is still under occupation. And we know that the enemy cannot go away without a fight. It is clear. So why are you tearing your pants and tearing your clothes? Because Dr. Musa Robezi is addressing Biafra with the title they have. If you don't believe that Biafra is a sovereign state, it is your own business. It is your own problem. Take care of it. If there is a different way you want to fight for your own freedom and get it, please get yourself busy. Get yourself busy. Open your own platform. Gather the people that believe in you. Continue to pursue it. We will meet in Biafra. As for us, we are already there. What we are doing today is pursuing the legitimization of Biafra and the delegitimization of Nigerian government. That is where we are. So if you don't agree, if you have anything else you are holding, it is up to you. Alex Okechukwu, can you use the comment section? Leave the comment section, click the link and come in. It is not necessary that you must show us it's not necessary that you must show us your video. You can put off your video, click that link and come in and put up your opinion and let's hear what you're saying. It is very clear that you, Alex Okechukwu, does not believe on that declaration of Biafra that was made. It is your right. It is your opinion. You do not believe on that declaration. It is your opinion. Good luck. Hold on to it. You don't believe. It is possible that you don't even believe in Biafra. It is your right. But for those of us who believe in Biafra, who has made the move to make the declaration, we will continue to hold on to that declaration I made as a sovereign state. And you can't take that away from us. The process will continue. It is a gradual process. It can take a month, it can take a year, it can take a decade, but we must have to keep it on until we take our land completely. And we are in that process today. That is where we are. And we will continue to go on that process until we get to where we are going. Let's hear our Prime Minister on what to expect, on what to do, which is where we are today, on what we are doing today.
Principles, policies, and international recognized organization that Nigeria never had. We are going to make sure we approach every international organization that Nigeria has violated their treaties with impunity, providing Biafra to them and presenting Biafra as a remedy and alternative. With what we have done so far, we have been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you can't forge any document in Biafra and present it anywhere. We have eliminated the possibility to forge document, unlike the runners and all the criminals in Yoruba land are doing. That's what they do. They make a living by forgery. So my people in the United States, for those who are very, very unsure of what will happen after December 2nd, I am telling you now, giving you a hint. Our declaration of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states. This is going to take a very long time, and it requires many diplomatic approach, our declaration.
I want everybody to pay attention to this part. Pay attention. This is our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, speaking, telling us what will happen when it hasn't happened. But it's unfortunate that today, some people, because of their own greed, envy, and jealousy, the hatred in them, have refused to embrace the truth, and they continue to fight the truth. I have said it time and time again. We have freedom of association. If you feel that the method we are using is not working for you, good luck. Go ahead and do your own part. Mazin Nandekano gave that free hand. Go and get Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa also gave that free hand. Go and get Biafra if you can get it. So today, what I am expecting that when you see that you cannot be able to meet up with the speed upon which we are, you cannot be able to digest what we are doing or where we are, please create your own group and do it the way you want to do it to get Biafra for us. Do that. Do that. The thing we are pursuing, the Biafra we are talking about, the nation we are talking about, it is a process. And as long as we have made that declaration, we hold on to the declaration we have made. From that day, we become a sovereign state, and we continue to pursue the recognition, the legitimization, and delegitimization of the Nigerian government in our territory. And that is exactly what we are doing today. If you do not agree with it, get busy with that thing which you feel is the best. And if you are man enough or woman enough and you are too sure of what you're saying, there is no point wasting your time typing. Click the link, come in and educate us. It is either you learn from us or we learn from you. No worries. We are not worried. We're not bothered about you are entitled to your opinion. Even though you don't agree with us, we are not fighting you. But don't be a distractor. Create your own group, that group where you belong, where you feel they have the template. The group where you belong, where you feel they have the template and they know better. Go along with them and continue to push that very gospel. The issue was made clear by Master Simon Ekpa here. That is why I am playing it. He made it clear. It is a process. This is what to expect after the declaration. If you do not believe in that declaration, it's a different ball game, and I have no problem with you. You are entitled to walk away from the declaration and go back. As you fall back. It is your business. It is entitled automatically your own choice. And I have no problem with you. I'm not going to tell you to fall front or not to fall. You are entitled to fall as deep as you want to fall. It is your choice. But don't be a distraction.
Of independence or declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be expected to legitimize the Biafra government in the eye of other non-terrorist states.
Exactly.
This is going to take a very long time.
It is going to take a very long time. He made it very clear. It is going to take a very long time. It is not a day job. It is not a day job. And while you are waiting for the recognition and complete legitimization of the legitimization, you don't have to throw away your sovereignty. You do not have to throw away the independence that you declared on the 29th of November 2024. We don't throw it away. We hold on to it. It is upon that we are building the strength and foundation of what we are doing. If you don't agree with this, if you don't buy into the declaration, you don't support it, you are entitled to your decision and your opinion. I have no problem with you, but don't be a stumbling block. Do not be a stumbling block. Get busy with that method you feel that is working for you. Get busy with it.
And it requires many diplomatic approach, political approach, and of course, it also requires commitment from the Biafra government, which I believe we are not shaking from that end. In turn, we will be expected to recognize Biafra, and we don't care how long this will take. This kind of legitimization of Biafra state will be culminated in the quest or in our request or appeal to other state and international organizations to recognize the independence of Biafra. Our grievances that we expected to be listed on the declaration document has been drafted or has been drafted by our committee on the declaration of the declaration drafting committee will include the grievance declaration, the institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. I want you all in the United States to listen to this. Very, very important. We are going to have 3 major grievances in our declaration document. And so, if you don't know what we are doing, we are fighting Nigeria academically, we are fighting Nigeria with brain, we are fighting Nigeria physically, and we are fighting Nigeria with gun. So let me repeat it again. I said, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will cover 3 major grievances. One is grievances declaration, institutionalizing declaration, and the commitment declaration. And this different declaration will be elaborated during the time of our convention in Finland. So when you come to Finland, you're going to have first-hand information, and you are going to read the history, be part of the history, and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them using
somebody like this Alex Okechukwu, I hope you are paying attention to the explanation of the Prime Minister. I know you will not pay attention because your mind is already consumed with your unnecessary argument. And but I wish you only came here to educate yourself. If you have come here to educate yourself, by the end of this program, you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. But if you are not here to educate yourself, you are here to distract or to create an argument, baseless argument. It is up to you. It is your choice. But I wish your purpose of being here is to educate yourself. It should have done you a lot of good. So pay attention to the explanation, just like you wish. You are saying you have declared, oh, we have not taken over our land. Oh, we are still abroad. And why are we talking about Biafra? And why are we talking about sovereignty? The Nigerian government is still in our land. Why are we talking about security? Why are we talking about independence? Biafra government is still in Biafra. Nigerian army is still on our land. I want you to hear from our Prime Minister directly.
Be part of the history and stay where the history is happening, so that you will not say they told you, or you will not say you watch it from the social media. No, you are going to be there. Those who are privileged to come to Finland, you will be there to witness this thing yourself, how it is done. So, and then after that, you know, when I made a video the other day to explain to Biafrans who will be expecting that immediately after the declaration, the police will disappear from Biafra, no, the military will disappear. Of course, most of them use it to do propaganda, which doesn't move us. Because the thing is that they don't know what we are doing. They don't have the information, and they will never have the information. And even if they do, they will never support Biafra. And we don't expect everyone to support Biafra. Like I've said previously, even this Finland, when they voted 88 over 100, Absolutely. You know how many that voted for Finland Declaration of Independence. So what I'm trying to say is that the United States, those Biafrans in the United States, all of you must understand that the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in December is going to come with a heavy Edoakanono to the enemies, both the outside and within. And so we are going to be taking a little bit step forward to the Edoakanono that is happening presently. It is a must. So those who think that Simon Ekpa is laughing at them or laughing with them, my brother, don't look at this laugh and this face. I have always warned, if you follow this face, you'll be deceived. I am not here with a clean eye, fighting for Biafra, fighting against Nigeria Islamic State, fighting against the terrorist state of Nigeria, Ejira Anyoma, and Osa Nigeria. Don't look this face, it will deceive you. I want to assure you that in the coming weeks, on this lockdown of Nigeria institution, is going to be a litmus test of what is to come. We will continue to prove to Nigeria terrorist state that they have lost every legitimacy to govern anybody in Biafra territory. That's our target. There is no other target we have. The reason why this 1 month lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land is to prove to them that they have lost.
I will stop it here. The explanation made by our Prime Minister have answered the question that one Cecilia was asking, the one that first asked Cecilia, and then Alex Okechukwu joined him in their line of thought. And I gave them the link to join. I don't know why they are scared of joining the link. In this platform, we don't insult people. We don't talk down on people. We say that if you have a superior argument, you bring it on. We'll deal with it. You are entitled to your opinion. You have the freedom to associate with any group you want to associate with. It is up to you. Our quest is the freedom of the United States of Biafra. We want to get our land completely. Already, the declaration has been made on the 29th of November 2024, and we gain our sovereignty from that 29th going forward. Even though our land is still under occupation by Nigeria, we have the duty to continue to pursue recognition, delegitimization, and legitimization of United States of Biafra in home and abroad. That is the process that we are going today, and it is not a day job. Mazi Simon Ekpa here made it very clear, very, very clear in black and white. He said it. It is not a day job. It is going to take time. There is one of his videos where he said, even if it takes up to a decade or more than a decade, we will continue to follow it up until we completely take over our land. And today, somebody is quarreling because we have independence. We say we have independence. When we say we are independent, somebody become angry. When we say we are sovereign state, somebody become angry. It is either you do not believe in the declaration of Biafra. I have no problem with you. Go ahead. I don't know whether if you are a Biafra or non-Biafra, whoever you are and whatever you're pursuing, continue to pursue it based on your own knowledge and understanding. Even if we explain to you tomorrow until thy kingdom come, your knowledge and your understanding can never match what we are doing. You will never understand. You're not meant to understand. Get yourself busy with whatever you feel is working for you. When we get to Biafra, we'll meet there. If you get it before us, we will meet in Biafra land. If we get it before you, we will all meet in Biafra land. The constitution of Biafra will decide who walked on the true path or who walked on the bad path. And the punishment meted for every action you took in the process of the Biafra, you will face it squarely. It's a simple thing. Simplicity. There is nothing to argue about. So why do you tear your clothes, tear your pants and bra because of unnecessary issues? Get yourself busy in the legitimization of United States of Biafra and delegitimization of Nigeria. That is where your strength should lie. I welcome my beloved sister Ojugo. I can see you there. I can see my brother Maxwell, and I can see my beloved sister Divine Precious. So let's start with my beloved sister Ojugo. Go ahead, my sister Ojugo. Let's hear from you. Talk to us. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Good morning, chicks.
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning, my brother and sister in the platform. Good morning, those on the comment section.
Good morning.
Watching wherever you are. God bless all of us this morning as we'll get up and start our new day and the journey for the day. To take care of our family, to take care of ourselves. Well, I kind of marvels when people have that phone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, my sister.
Okay. When people have that phone and they're asking the question, what is sovereignty? Then you start wondering, what is the purpose that you have a phone? Or maybe you're not able to purchase a better phone. Is that what it is? Then if you at this point, but you have a better phone because that's why you are able to join the YouTube. Please, can we stop showing our ignorance outside or on the social media? Anybody that says that question, and you have a phone, and you are asking the meaning, you know what it is? That's definition. What does that mean? You can get that answer from your phone. Can we stop washing our dirty clothes outside? We do that. I don't know what we think we are trying to show, but you end up showing your ignorance. You end up showing how stupid you are. Let's stop this. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Just as when I heard that question asked, I'm like, does this person don't have a phone to ask Google? But I remember, because I was going to excuse the person, maybe it doesn't have a phone, but you must have a good phone to be able to join YouTube. So you have access to Google. Such questions, go ask Google. Google will help you. Even if you go to Google now to tell you about Biafra, Google will give you history of Biafra. There are things we can get to our phone and not come to wash our dirty linens outside. Please. And if you don't believe, I mean, where we came from, there are so many churches. For example, even here, wherever we are now, there are different churches. We have Muslim. Inside Muslim, we have Muslim. I hope you understand what I mean.
Mm.
And then when you come to Christianity, the same thing. You have different types of churches. Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, and all these newer ones, where they go sing and praise and clap hands. You know, the gospel. I don't know what they call them, but this newer generation churches like is it Redeem? Yes, that kind of gospel churches. You know, you have all those. And me, I will make a choice of one. I'm a Catholic, and I remain a Catholic. I'm not going to say, oh, what the Pentecostals, okay, that's the right name, Pentecostal are doing. It's wrong. Why? All of us are calling Christ. Christ is the goal, is the main person when you talk about Christianity. The followers of Christ is there that was in Antioch. They were called followers of Christ, Christian. You can't condemn being Catholic, you condemn what the Methodists are doing. Be satisfied where you are. You know, if you don't believe in this, what Chooks is doing, why come to Chooks a platform to start disgracing yourself? If you sincerely want to ask question for, for more clarification and to more understanding, that's a different ballgame. But you don't believe in what Chooks believe, and then you come there. It's like me going to maybe Redeem Church, and then the pastor is talking. I say, "Stop! Shut your mouth! You don't know what you're talking." It got to be a way the Catholics are doing it. Doesn't happen. You can't do that. They'll just call police and handcuff you and take you out of them, because that's distraction. That's disruption. disruption of freedom. Nnamdi Kanu said it. Simon said it. Dr. Nguzora Beze said it. Freedom of wherever you want to belong. Stay there. Work with them. Find a solution.
Simple.
What is our main goal here? We're looking. Is it not Biafra? To go to Biafra. Let all of us meet there. That's all. Christianity, we're following Christ. To go meet Christ, where Christ is, whether heaven, whatever, we don't know, according to what we are told. That's not our religion. But we are told and we believe it. And now we're fighting against the real religion that we know what it is. Our father, ancestral hope. You come from Redeem, I come from Catholic, you come from Methodist, and we're following Christ to get to where we believe Christ is now. You don't go disrupt another church because you want all of them to, okay, why are we calling these extremists? Extremists, why are we calling them? Are they not Muslims? But they're totally different kind of Muslim. They terrorize people in the name of Allah. Other Muslim people reject them because that's not the same belief. Huh? So if you are disrupting what somebody is, you're committing the same thing in a different way. Don't disrupt, come to somebody's platform to disrupt. We have the same ideology as Nnamdi Kanu. We have the same ideology as Simon M. We are sharing the same ideology with Dr. Nguzora. Respect that. Respect that. And now Simon is laying out. He's trying to make us remember, showing a video of our prime minister, whom we believe in so much. I'm applying these things. If he can come out in the public to tell us this much, then you can imagine what he has discussed with the cabinet.
Exactly.
What he has discussed with one or two in the cabinet that we don't know. America, for how many centuries and millennium, they're still trying to ratify things. A president come tomorrow, sign off what the past president did, and bring in his own or her own ideas. And what is the purpose? How they will still better their country. That's it. You don't expect someone to be Nnamdi Kanu. No. No. You don't expect Dr. Nguzora to be Simon. Even though she's not defeated, she's even being Simon because whatever Simon handed her over, this is what she's doing.
Exactly.
I haven't even seen her, she's just maintaining that surrogate. Because if it left for her to do her own thing, trust me, we might be seeing things totally different. But she's so, education is good. So respectful of that Simon that I know she is even older than. Respecting that surrogate. following it the way he handed it over to her. Some of us would have deviated for a long time. Some of us would have shown Emokonya for a long time. But she's following that template. And a man will believe so much. He's telling us here, it will take so long. He didn't say long. He said very long. Very. You know, we speak English, but sometimes we don't pick words. It's like when Nnamdi say, was. That is so that you get command. He said, was. Listen to Simon Ekpa. He didn't say may. That's option. But he said was. And people didn't get that English. And now we say very long. He didn't say it will take us long. He said it might take us very there, long. You build a country, you continue to build a country, you continue more ideas, more technologies, more changes. It affects, continue to bring those inventions into your country. Please, we need to calm down. If this platform is not for you, go to play. There are so many of them that you can go join. Many. There are different versions. Like we have different versions of Christian church. There are different versions. Check where you belong. Go there, go worship. Go worship there. We are worshiping here to get to Biafra. As we worship in Christian, to go meet Jesus where Jesus is, where we believe in Christ. So please, if you come here with a good heart. And let me tell you this. Most of the people you see answering Okechukwu, Okefe, this, Igbo name, trust me, they know why they don't come into the platform. Because you can dictate them through their voice, whom they are.
Yeah,
so
sure.
they avoid it. They are bringing that division, that hatred of our own. They come in with our own name. The guy that spoke yesterday, if you listen to the background of his voice, it sounds more like a Yoruba man or Middle Belt or somebody, even if it's an Igbo born in Yoruba land. That's why most time when you put the link and ask them to come in, they don't come in. They know what they're doing. They create havoc. They put enmity between ourselves. If you believe in Nigeria, stay in Nigeria. And leave those who don't. Freedom. You are in Nigeria and you're asking freedom from Tinubu to make life better for you. And now these people believe in Biafra, asking for the same freedom to make life better for them. And then you are fighting them. I don't understand. Okay, my brother, let me leave it here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you for your wonderful contribution. My brother Max, good to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Take the mic. My brother Max, are you there? Are you there, bro Max? I think bro Max is not there. He can't be able to mute. And if not, so let's go to our sister Precious. Our sister Precious, unmute yourself and go ahead and speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Moses Juice.
You're welcome,
Good
my
afternoon.
sister.
Good afternoon, Biafrans. The Elise just brought me in. But the issue is that before I continue, I don't know the write up there. Some of them might not be necessary because for me, sometimes when I see a lot of nonsense or unreasonable messages, I used to get angry somehow. For me, I don't know about others. And please, if you can help those that are in comment section, because if I leave a necessary thing that I would have used to give others a kind of encouragement on how to move on, it shouldn't be what is dragging us back. Is people when they come in, like myself, I like to be commenting in the comment section. I seeing one person. So sometimes they might even come in a large number. So my brother, choose please. If you know how to delete some things, you can leave one or two that is reasonable. But those that are not reasonable is making some people angry. And sometimes you used to carry their mind away of what you are teaching. They'll be thinking of those nonsense. This is manipulation. It's somehow
Yeah.
manipulation. I'm telling you honestly truth. Kai used to do this imperfectly well. Those nonsense, I will call it nonsense because since you don't want to come in to make it very clear that you are very okay with what you are saying, you think you are using a kind of a logic to play with reality. We are not here for logic, or you
You can
understand. So
block them.
those
You can
some
block
of
them.
those pieces, if you can remove most of them and leave the one that are necessary, that's just where my own issue is, because Kai used to do that kind of you just clear the road for comment section. So if you are reading comments, you will not be kind of carried away from what we are saying. They'll be thinking of other thing that is not necessary. That's just what I want to add for that comment. Then coming to what we are doing, what he is asking, and let me just use some things to explain what we are doing. You see, in this our movement, our own is totally different from maybe any other people that might have gotten their own independence. If you watch what we are passing through, you will see that if not God, in fact, I don't think that we will still be on in this. Because when they told us that after the fight with Ojukwu during his own time, the war, and they said when Ojukwu died, they now say that Biafra has died. Yet it have not died. It is not dead yet till now. If you begin to use normal human eyes to be seeing what we are doing, you are not going anywhere. Because of this, my brother, I know that he might be educated. That's why will know how to go to Google and all this. But you will not go to Google to look at how people got their independence, how you make things right, so that you add your own effort. All you are doing is to make it in a negative, how you draw people down. What is your effort in how to drag people up, how to push people forward, push our movement forward? Though okay, Chukwu there, you might just add anything without being the reality. So sorry, my baby is awake from sleep and she just make noise. So what I am saying in effect is, let us not be carried away with what doesn't matter. If we leave the main what we're supposed to be discussing and be discussing what doesn't matter, you are not helping the movement. Look at now, we are talking about recent happening in Enugu that the community that the Fulanis are about to chase out totally from their community. The police, I think the police, I don't know what is being called, the one in charge of that side, decided to do the needful, and he was called from you know this thing that we want to avoid in our own nation.
The
That's why we
commissioner of
have all
police.
the time that everybody will he now got order from I think from Abuja or something like that, to hurt him of what he's doing, because they gotten the information that this man have started doing what they have told them not to. Current news now, these people will not go to Google or to look for how to handle this kind of issue, or to tell the world what are they doing, where is Amnesty International, where is all these world leaders, what are they don't, what they are doing is how to put themselves down. And I'm asking that as I'm trying to understand it. Are these people human beings? We are looking at a way to move forward. You are looking at a way to go backward. Eh? And you still call yourself intellectual or somebody that is educated. When you are like looking for any means to find trouble or to find what you use to castigate or to pull the government down, that's where they are driving their joy. And my question is to those that are joining them to do it, because I'm on FF. You see this kind of people, if you drive joy or maybe be reading their comments or be like begin to think of what they are saying, before you know it, you'll be affected. Instead of having positive mind or how to, you will be condemned. That's why when I started blocking a lot of people, it helped me a lot, because sometimes it's not everybody that likes. I don't like negative or this. I like to hear it from our side. I can, but to have them as my friend or somebody I'm following, I'm not okay with that. So those people that are not having the same mindset with me, I don't. But even if I get information from outside that is not my own direct, that is coming to me, that one is a different thing. So what I'm saying in effect is that let us not use what doesn't matter to begin to defend what matters or try to make prove a point. There is no point in that. And beside, anybody that is that is spiritual, let me not call it maybe you educated, or but let me call it spiritual and wise people. We always know that this is our movement. This our own is not as any of the people that might have gotten their own independence. Our own is totally different, because our own is a kind of a nation that is set aside to deliver the world. We are not only delivering our Africa, is the entire. You see what is happening today. Because of this light, when you hear people call on Nandi the light of Africa, it doesn't end in Africa. It affected the whole world, because now that everybody is now trying to be sincere, yet some of them that are pretending, is it not affecting them negatively? You see how shameful everything that Finland is trying, anywhere that they come out is beginning to be shame for them and all this, because they soil their hand. They try to associate with a terrorist country. So meanwhile, my brothers and sisters that are listening to my voice, let us be more conscious of what to do to support this recent government, because there is no any reasonable human being that will not know that if you love Nnamdi Kanu, there is nothing that will make you not to love Simon. And if you love Simon, there is nothing that as well will make you not to love our deputy prime minister. Even though that as human being, we might make mistakes. But that doesn't mean that when you make mistake, you will now, instead of doing you will now be destroying. What is destroying? What is destruction? What effect does it have to this movement? Only but more destructive. And if you are looking for a way forward, what is it doing for you? Instead of you will not even know the one that you apply, and it will turn out perfectly well and move us faster. You want sovereign, and you're not doing anything to do. What you are doing is to drag it back. What effect is it giving to the movement? So I will round it up by saying it doesn't matter what anybody think, because if it comes to what people understand as education, they might tell you that if who is educated is somebody that has a in her exam, all these things, without minding whether the person go for maybe sort the exam or by a special center, all these things. And those that might fail, or you might take that person. And meanwhile, it doesn't end there. When it comes to spiritual side, somebody might not go to school yet, is more intelligent than somebody that went to school. That is what some people will not be thinking about. That we call ourselves that we are sovereign. Yes, we are. Because if somebody said that you are not beautiful, meanwhile you are beautiful, but just because of hatred, that person said you are not beautiful. It's left for you to choose for yourself whether to call yourself beautiful or ugly. Then if you
Yes,
choose
so
because of what other people have said, in our Google, we will still have our own way of explaining a lot of things. Because if you want to claim right now, go and tell Finland that what they are doing is wrong. Don't tell me of what sovereign means. Go and tell Finland that what they are doing is wrong. And even Nigeria. to claim that you are intelligent and wise. But if you cannot defend those ones, stop telling us which is sovereign and which is not sovereign.
Of course, you should go and tell Finland that what they are doing is human rights.
That is it. To tell you
Go
that you
and
are
tell them they
educated,
are abusing
you
human
are
rights,
well
abusing
educated.
human rights.
You are well educated. Even when I look at all this, how you will know that these people, even these 4 bad people, they don't meant well for this movement. All this while that all these things are happening, nobody is talking about what is happening in our. Nobody is talking about Finland that is holding our PA. They are protesting. You see protesting, but you're not doing the needful. To call a spade a spade. They don't want to be seen. Even when you talk about Finland, they'll begin to attack you. To tell you that they are somehow part of what is going on. When Nandi was there, is our PM, is he petting the issue? Is he petting it with them? Is he not saying it the way it is? Now they are taking the same method of DOS, are still doing the same, robbing with your enemy. And even the one thing that even is paining me, but I know we are already in it and we will overcome all these mountains. The one thing that is paining me that this recent suit that they sued, I was thinking about it. I said, did you know that if power is given to these people, they will be like these African people that we are saying we want to be out of this colonization and they are taking us back to it. They are not doing anything. They left it for foreigners to do everything for them. Whatever they have, they go to the. You see, the same puppets we are complaining in Africa is what they already exhibiting here before us. I was thinking about this in yesterday. I was like, God of mercy. Thank God for saving us. Because, okay, we are complaining of what we are, where we want to get out from in the whole Africa. And these people already, even in this current situation that everybody is watching what is happening, these people are now showing off fully well that they have already become puppets even before the nation will come. Because they are still going to do their declaration as they hope to do. So tell me, as a reasonable human being, can't you see a red flag in this? Somebody that doesn't have power of your own, you are claiming to be APM. The PM didn't just left just few hours or not more than 2 days. You're rushed out. Now do the work you cannot do. Everything now you are leaving it for lobby that have been that is no longer working for us. You cannot do anything. When our PM sued Nigeria, is it the lobby that came to do it for them? We are doing everything on our own. But these people now, they are looking for Mike Johnson and the other ones that is not from our land. Already making themselves puppets before even the time. God forbid. I'll hold it here. Maybe I'll talk later.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you. You have spoken well, as always. Thank you for that very line of thought. And I appreciate my beloved sister, Ojugo, for that super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. May Shukwu Kukabiama bless you more. And let's go to my brother Maxwell. Are you there? Bro Max.
Yes, please. I'm here, Massachusetts.
You're welcome, my brother.
Thank you so much, and good morning to you. Good morning to Ojugo, Nemoches, and my brother is in the studio.
Good morning, Mike. Welcome.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Nemoche. I salute each and every one of you, the courage and everything that you have summoned to do what you are doing. I am just a part of you. And I pray that God will give me more strength to do, just like you people are doing. By the grace of God, Biafra will come. And the evil and the bragging rights of Biafra will be established. Because as at that time, we will be a fully recognized sovereign state. I just want to address my brother, is it Alex Okechukwu, the comment section that is telling us what. Look, let me tell you, there is no nation under occupation that is fighting for their freedom that has ever got it the time they wanted it. It does not happen. And the Biafra will not be. Maybe if it happens for Biafra, then that could be a miracle. Do you know who you are fighting? Do you know the interest that you are fighting? Do you know the people that are fighting you that doesn't want you to be a free nation? Do you know how they operate? Biafra was declared, I think, 1967, 68 or thereabout, before the Biafran Civil War. What happened? They came after Ojukwu and his men. They came after them. They tried, they couldn't. The last straw that broke the camel's back. The camel's back was the blockade, total blockade. Do you know what our people passed through? I do not know where he is speaking from, whether in the zoo or in developed country. Do you know that France, I do not know, someone should correct me, were in exile in Egypt before they were recognized as a country? Do you know that? Do you know how long it took them to be a sovereign state? It doesn't matter whether you are under occupation or not, but there are procedures. You cannot jump from 1 to 20. There are certain procedures that you need to accomplish one after the other. Without them, you cannot get it. And remember that the influence that the zoo has. As we are talking about the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the rest of them. We never knew that Finland would join. Now, today, Finland has joined them, doing their bidding because of the contract they gave them in Lagos. These are the interests that you are fighting, and you must get them intact before you do, and it is not an easy thing. We are doing whatever that we are doing in order to make sure that we, reduce the attack on us, because these people are bigger, more resourceful than the Biafran people. What do we have? We only have God's Chukwu Okike that made you indigenous people onto that land that you occupy. That is the only person we have. And he cannot just come from heaven to help us to be an independent, a sovereign nation overnight. You must do something, you have to work towards it. And that is what we are doing gradually. And we are making, impacts, great impacts, irrespective of who they remove. We are making impact. These are some of the things you need to consider. You cannot fight Nigeria expecting that the United Kingdom, with all their influences around the world, will allow you to go free just like that. I want Biafra to come today. And that is the reason why I am doing what I am doing as well in my little corner. What are you doing? Are you only here to complain? Are you here to dissuade other people? Or what you are doing is, which is the right way for us to do it? Come and show us. And you are in the comment section. You keep on talking about a sovereign. Yes, there are other. Haven't you heard of the what did they call it? The Oromis or the Oromis in Ethiopia? Are they not under occupation? Ambazonians, are they not under occupation? Has that made them to stop fighting? See, there are quite a lot of things that you need to do. As a man, it is a pity that you are complaining in the midst of women who are fighting so strong. Biafran women are fighting so strong. But it's quite unfortunate that I'm hearing from you, a man that's supposed to come out and stand at the center of the whole thing, do what you're supposed to do, and let God do the rest for us. You are here complaining that you are not. Our land has been under occupation. My mother's ancestral land has been under occupation for years. Since the white people came in, it has been under occupation simply because of what God has placed under your soil. So, my brother, if you can hear me, do what you're supposed to do and leave the rest. And if you feel that your brothers and sisters are not getting it right, find a means, to come out to suggest, to tell them this is the right way to do, or you go on your own tangent. All of us, we are looking for one thing. If you are fighting for Biafra today, I will support you. I will support the United States of Biafra as long as we have one target, and that target is to make sure that Biafra is recognized, becomes a sovereign state. Then the occupants of our land, the illegal occupants of our land, will now shift. They will shift ground. And the people will take over their land. So do not dissuade or discourage some of us that are here. Alex Okechukwu, you are a true Biafran from your name. But I am not as full Biafran as you are. But the only thing that connects me with Biafra is my mother. You are a full Biafran, if I'm not mistaken. You should not be on the fence. You should be at the helm of the affairs, controlling and doing things that needed to be done for easy exit of Biafra from that evil contraption and the supporters of that contraption. Just like my sister said, there is something, it is not the Umuwa, is it Umuwani? It is the chairman, because of the excessive killings of our people, preventing our people from attending to their farm. The chairman of that local government formed a vigilante to protect their land. What happened? The northerner, the Fulani man or the Hausa man, is a northerner. The assistant commissioner of police there is a northerner. Summoned the chairman for questioning. Why is he sending people to go and kill the Fulanis in the forest? That was the story. That is what is there today. To tell you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. It was the chairman of the Umuwani local government or so that formed a vigilante group that went after these people because of the unnecessary killing and the prevention of our people from attending to their farms. That northerner there, who is protecting the interests of the terrorist Fulani group, summoned him for questioning. That is what is on the ground. That this is to tell you, my brother Alex Okechukwu that is talking, that is what we are fighting. That is what we are going through. These are the kinds of things that we are going through. Anytime we want to strike, anytime we want to make some moves, positive moves that is going to, affect positively, the people of Biafra, you see elements like this, clothed with federal authority to do what they are doing. Tell me, that is just a gag. They have gagged that chairman today, the powers of which he summoned to set up those vigilante groups where the police could not do, the army could not do, even their so-called, Southeast political vigilante group cannot do, has been whittled. They always intimidate our people. The one that comes out to speak, they will intimidate our people. The reason why we are talking the way we are talking is because we are not in the zoo. That is the reason why we have the privilege to say what we are doing and do what we are doing. Because if it were in the zoo, we will not. We will be picked up. That is the truth. So when we are doing the little one we are doing, please commend Biafran people for doing it. As long as you are not part of us. If you are not doing it, commend those that are doing it. Because they are fighting for your land. Just like Mazi Chief said. If you get Biafra through your own actions, all of us will enjoy. I will clap for you. We will join together and celebrate Biafra and live peacefully in Biafra. If we get it, you will also join us to celebrate it. Biafra is not going to be, oh, you did not, you do this or you do, but do not sabotage or do anything that is going to cause the life of your own people. That is our qualms, and that is what we would disagree, and we will not look anybody through his or her action. The lives of our people are terminated in a good way. I will not look at you in a good way. People that knows me here when I speak understand the way I do my own things. If it is a promulgation of law, I will support and canvass for it and seek for support that anybody that is identified forever causing anything that caused the life of the Biafran people we are fighting to protect, we will not forgive you. If the Biafran government forgives you, I will never forgive you, because you are a threat. As you have done it, what makes me think that you will not do it in the next time? So these are some of the things we need to look into. So my brother, if you let fear, a coward dies 100 times more than 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times before the actual death comes. We are not cowards. We are Biafrans, and we fight for what is just, the right of the Biafran people as enshrined in all universal laws, the right to life, the right to freedom, and the right to look after yourself and protect yourself and self-defense. And that is what we are fighting. We are not fighting to invade anybody's land. We are fighting for the freedom of the Biafran people. Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my beloved brother Max. Thank you so much. You've done well as always. Kelvin, unmute yourself. Kelvin, Mazi, Kelvin, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you. Kevin, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Richard Survivor.
You're welcome.
It is a pleasure for me to be in your program.
You're welcome, my brother.
I can only say kudos because the way you do your program, you take it calmly, accommodating anyone, no matter what you believe. The reason why I came into the program is that I was listening from the YouTube, and this man who was asking about whether we are now a sovereign nation or not. That was what drew my attention. So let me come in and let me chip in my own small. I only have 5 minutes to speak. First of all, I want to greet you. I want to greet you for the good work you are doing. It is indeed wonderful. No matter what you tell the likes of Alex and Cecilia, no matter what we tell them, they have come with their own biased mind. They have made up their mind what they want to believe. It's just like somebody who is following one instructor. They have made up their mind. One day somebody was telling her, even if you are leading us to the fire, we will go with you. So which simply means they have made up their mind. And the person who said this told her, you told us some time ago that it's like this, even though eventually you say it's not like that again, but we are still following you. And we are going to follow you wherever you take us, even though it's in the fire, we will go. Imagine somebody saying that kind of a thing. It means they have made up their minds what they want. So no matter what we tell the likes of Cecilia and Alex, it will not change anything. But how I wish that they have come into this platform to either educate us or get educated. Education is not going to school. So it is a good thing you accommodate them, but let it be to some extent, because sometimes they begin to drive you to where you don't want to go.
Yes.
Their comments, they begin now to deviate your attention because yes, I believe there's so many things you have in mind, but it has you now have the divided attention, and people like us also who come into the program will no longer based on what you are teaching or what you are showing us. We are now basing on what they are saying. So let me begin with: if you don't recognize yourself, if you don't recognize who you are, who then will recognize you? If you don't see yourself as somebody like me, now you just call Kevin. If I don't see myself as Kevin, how will I tell that my name is Kevin? And if when you call Kevin, I will not even shake because it's not my name. I don't recognize my name as Kevin. In other words, those of them who go to Google to go and check what a sovereign nation is, my brother, going to Google, that it is not everything you ask from Google, and it depends on what you ask. For my own definition, a sovereign nation, in the context of what we are saying, what we are doing, it simply means existing nation. A sovereign nation is an existing nation, and those who say that a sovereign nation means this, the question is: have we not been existing before for 3 years? And if that is so, that is why it was called redeclaration, not declaration. It was called redeclaration, which means it has been declared before. We are a sovereign nation, which is to say we are an existing nation. In other words, there's no how you explain to the life of these people that they will understand. Instead of them to focus on what is happening to what we are suffering, what we are going through. I just had a while ago somebody who woke up, who arose to defend his own people, and other came from Abuja. You can imagine that. And we have just heard our prime minister say that we are going to, after this declaration, it will take a long time, and that is the process. But these people refuse to understand that it takes a process. And that to this end, I want to just tell a story in order permit me to say, sometimes Igbo is good, onye afụhụ n'anya, ọnụ na ntị, onye anụhụ na ntị, ọnụ n'isi, which literally means if somebody who does not see, at least he will hear with the ear. And even if he does not hear with the ear, he will perceive it with smell, with the nose. In other words, I want to end with a story to the likes of people like Alex and Cecilia. A short story, so maybe it will help them to understand who they are. I will start the story by just like in a family where they have, let us say, only one man in a family and many women. And eventually, this man, the only man they have in the family, died. And in the family, they longed for a man for many years. But before I continue, let me define a man, because somebody thinks that a man is any man who has something under their thighs. That is a man. No. A man is somebody who stands in the family to defend the family. A man is somebody who does not speak and go back to his words. A man is somebody who comes out, who works and brings food to the family. In other words, to cut it short, a man is somebody who is responsible in the family to know to do the things he or she is supposed to do. And so when after many years, a child was born in the family, which was a man. And when another person heard of it, they told him, a man has been born in the family. Oh. And when they came, they said, which man? Is it not a baby? How will he defend us? And how will he go and work? He's just a baby. Knowing fully well that this baby has to be nurtured. This baby will take his time. It will take his natural course until he becomes a full-grown man to do what he is supposed to do. So that is the end of the story. In other words, what am I trying to say? This nation that has just been declared has to be nurtured. The likes of Alex and Cecilia, they should join hands for us to nurture this new baby until he becomes a full-fledged man to defend the nation, to defend us, to defend the family. I yield my mark to survivor. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that wonderful illustration and example you just gave. And I appreciate you. You have spoken well. And Biafrans are listening, and we are noting every single information that is coming. We always try to respond to this, but just as you said, we are going to try as much as possible to limit our response to them, because some of them, when they come, they abuse the opportunity. That will not make us to be scared or behave like them. We cannot create a place that will be chaotic like the one they create. United States of Biafra is a very different thing altogether, and we're going to make sure that we show the difference every time and anytime we appear. In as much as they will come to distract us, we will always give them that opportunity. But whenever they abuse the opportunity, we will have no choice than to send them where they belong. The issue of Biafra is something that everyone have to get busy. We need to get busy. Just like as I wrote on this topic, that if you let the fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. If you let the fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. And today, that fear of the unknown is what is holding some people, including some of them that are coming, including some of them that are falling back. Simply because we have gone to a stage where you can no longer perform. Your office is no longer needed. You are afraid. Oh, if I don't be on the front line, nobody will know me again. They will not recognize me again. I will lose influence. And because of that, you begin to work against something you are supposed to protect. It is sad. And that means you are pursuing the struggle and joining the struggle for your own selfish interest. Because if you are here for our collective interest, you should know that at every stage, people will be coming in and people will be going out. People will be stepping out and people will be stepping in. When you have done your own job and your own office, well done, and we enter into a new stage, if you have nothing to offer on that stage, you step aside. That doesn't mean that you'll be disrespected. That doesn't mean that you will not be remembered. Biafra will always remember you. Whenever history is being written, you'll be remembered. But the issue is that at that particular point in time, your service is no longer needed. Step aside and let those who will carry on the journey come in and do the job. From the moment Biafra declaration happened, I knew it, that so many people will not be part of it. And you are supposed to know that so many people will not be part of it. And I knew that some people are some people cannot handle change. When change comes, we don't embrace it with good faith. Some people cannot handle it when there is a change. But change is something that is constant. You can't avoid it. More especially in this journey of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. Full restoration. The declaration has been made. A government is in place. We need professionals at this point in time. If you are not a professional, sorry, your service may not be needed. It doesn't mean that Biafrans hate you. It doesn't mean that you have been insulted or been disregarded. Your place will always be there for you in history. Just as so many of us who are talking today, who are today speaking about Biafra, a time will come, even when we get to Biafra land, there might not be a space for us to function. That doesn't mean that we begin to fight against what we have worked for. No. The most important thing is that which you fought for was achieved, and you will be remembered. When the history of Biafra is written, you will remember every one of us that is speaking on platforms today. Even when we are gone, all these videos will be there to speak for us. Even you delete it, somebody is recording it. We have appeared on several platforms. Your videos will be there to speak for you. Your comments will be there to speak for you. You must learn to embrace change. More changes are going to come in time to come. And more people are still going to be aggrieved. Many people are still going to go out and many are still going to come in. This is something we should always expect. It is a process. Dr. Ngozi Orabweze never knew that she's going to lead Biafra today. When Mazi Simon Ekpa was with the Nigerian government, he never knew that a time will come when he will begin to be the defender of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never knew why he was with Wazirike until the call came. You that is on the comment section today, or you are on the side, you're still on the fence watching, you might be arrested tomorrow by the spirit of Biafra. And you just found out that you are the one on top now defending. So many people who are leading the front line today are the people who were not even there during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are people that just joined in this time of Dr. Ngozi Orabweze. There are people that just came in. You won't say because they came in, they are irrelevant. They are very relevant, and it is stage by stage. At every point in time when you wake up, once you wake up, take up that responsibility, do what you have to do, and every other person should be able to accept changes when it happens. We have to learn to accept changes when it comes. My brother Greg, take the mic and speak to us. Let's hear you, bro. Greg, you're there.
Yes, good afternoon, Massachusetts, and all the Biafrans in the house. My greetings. Good afternoon to all the Biafrans all over the world. Our greetings and our prayers to our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our PM Simon Ekpa and our present leader, Dr. Ngozi Orabweze. There is nothing somebody can do about it. So our prayer goes for all of you, for those that enemy kept in the cage, like Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. It's only God that bring and release the one that enemy is holding in the cage. God will do that. It's a matter of time. He will definitely free them, and they will come and accomplish their job because they have assignments that God has given to them, and that they must do. So I pray that heaven will protect them and strengthen them till the time they will do what they are assigned to do. So, what are we talking about? We are talking about freedom of our people. We are talking about freedom of our land. We are talking about the freedom of the Biafra people. Many don't want to go home. Even the Europe and America, where most of us are living, our people have paid for their grave here. And say when they die, you should bury them here. Some have paid for their grave in the Sokoto as well. Say whatever that is happening in Igbo land is no more their problem. Some have paid their graves for their grave in Fulani land and some in Yoruba land. So whatever that is happening in Igbo land is no more their problem. So anytime they hear what is going on, that the Biafrans are fighting for freedom, they are not happy. For them is a thing that is not supposed to discuss about. Many in Europe and America feel they have reached heaven. So why must they fight for Biafra again? But when Trump starts saying everybody should remain in his house, that he's starting up his border, they started cursing Trump. They started fighting Trump. Why is he? Why did he want to stop immigrants? Why did he want to do that? Why did he want to do that? Yeah, he wanted to do it because he fought for the land. He wanted to secure it. He doesn't want to open that border that millions of terrorists will come in, millions of opportunities to want to come into America. That is why Trump is fighting. So every reasonable person fight to block and tighten his lands against the terrorists and the enemy to come in. It has been like that since immemorial. So, and any person that every time he hear that his people are fighting for their freedom, it started being his problem. Then you should look at that person is not normal. That person is not normal. Tell me since for the past 2-3 years now, tell me any single day you open up your news on the television, on the radio, on the newspaper, on the platform, YouTube, Facebook, you go and across any news that are coming from Nigeria. Tell me any single day you open your phone or your whatever that concern news and you will not hear info of many types. Tell me one day you open up your news, you will not hear 10 kill, 20 kill, 30 kill. That is the only headline every day for the past 3 years. And when you talk about freedom, that you want to be free, some idiot will come and they start asking questions. And they think that they are normal. Because if you live in America, you can go to work and you go, when you finish your work, you go to your supermarket with the money, the dollar they will pay you, you buy burger, you eat burger, you eat whatever you want to eat. For you, you don't care anymore. So, these are the kind of people that we have in our land. And those who are in Nigeria, the so-called Nigeria, who doesn't want freedom, and those who have criminal mind, who have spoiled their hearts and their mind and their soul with corruption. Because they don't like where there is light. They don't like honesty. They don't like discipline. They don't like anything that is good. The only thing they like is their stomach. How will he gain him? What will he gain? If he want to come to the struggle, how will I be in the head? He wouldn't want to be under anybody. Nobody will tell him what to do. So these are the kind of people we see every day. So do not be surprised if you are seeing them every day in your platform. Do not be discouraged. Those who might be hearing those kind of people, some of them are paid to come up and start doing the nonsense. Yesterday, somebody was asking you about passports. You open immigration, what is the next? Can we travel with our passport? Asking which passports is he talking about? Did he have anything? Did Nigeria have passport? About 2 days ago, I had Amechi, former Rivers State governor, talking about his passports that he was detained. He was going to Austria for medical checkup. And he stopped in Germany, and they delayed him for more than this because he was carrying Nigerian passport. Is that passport? And some people who will be asking those stupid questions are people who have not even crossed any immigration in their life. Because he had Remigius to come and ask the question in his place. Remigius was catching himself, telling Dr. Ngozi Reveze, you do this. Which country recognizes you? We are your business embassy. Which country recognizes you? Which passport are you traveling? These are the people who are fighting for freedom. Remigius, who have no single idea about anything immigration. He have not gone to anywhere. Any part of the country he is, he smuggled himself there. Illegal. And he's asking a question about passports, which he don't know anything about passports. So, and the other one, I was listening yesterday in Mazugo 247. The guy was asking another stupid question there about he said, who is bringing message? Who is getting message from? Can he tell him who is getting message from our leader, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa? Is it Ngozi Oraweze or is it Ogenkere? That he want to know because he doesn't belong to anywhere. So he want to know who is getting message from our PM before he will know where he will belong. Very stupid question. Throughout our PM was here. How many times did he come and tell you I get message from Mazin Namdekan? Was he not doing what he was doing? So if he get message from Namdekan, he will come and tell it to the world. So that people would leak, people would know if there is a message he's getting, which is not, Namdekan is not allowed. Neither this PM is allowed now for such information. You see people who don't have idea of anything, they will come in to do nonsense and ask some stupid question. But Ongazara will get message, he will come and tell you, I get message from PM. So these people are not important when they come with their stupid question. That is one thing you people must know and understand. You see? So we'll continue doing what they are doing. Biafra will definitely come. And those people who are going to the courts, you are not challenging the Tongoza Airways, you are challenging the 50 million or 60 million that voted for freedom, which Prime Minister Simon Ekpa handed the power over to the Tongoza Airways. So these are the people you are fighting. You're not fighting on the Tongoza Airways. And God will bring you down. Go and mark it. So we are not going to relate. We are moving forward. Those who doesn't like what is going on, heaven will fight them. They will see the sign that heaven is fighting them already. And heaven will complete the battle. And Simon Ekpa will come out. They think that Ngozi is enjoying all the stupidness of all this idiot Biafrans. So PM will come out very soon by special grace of God. And the truth will be on the table. So I encourage my people to continue doing what they are doing. Do not look unto the foolish ones. Be happy and do what you are doing so that my encouragement is every single cabinet, every person doing his work in every branch, in every part of the world, hold yourself together. The more you have love for each other, the more faster Biafra will come. God can never give us Biafra when there is no unity and love. I'm not talking about unity of the saboteur. I'm talking about those that believe in what is happening must be loyal, honest, and with the heart of a human, so that Biafra will come. You don't come there with the heart of an animal or witchcraft, and you're expecting Biafra to come. No. When God looks into our heart and see that our heart is pure for each other, then he will know, yes, I am going to release this nation for them to start to exist. So thank you, Mazi. Why I stand on my side. God bless you and bless all Biafrans.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution that you just made. I appreciate you, and we are going to be rounding up the program now, as we have really dealt with a lot of things, and the time is running out. So as we are going to be ending the program now, I will go to my beloved sister, Divine Precious. Give us your closing remark as we round up on the program of today.
Thank you, Mazi. Cheers. I will just use this song because we have said it. My brother have said it almost everything. So there is nothing much to say again. We have been hearing all this, almost repeating what has happened, because there is not new thing. It's just similar thing that is repeating itself. So a word is enough for a wise. ụmụ Biafra jisi ike n'ọrụ a, anyị ga-enwe mmeri na-arụ n'ọrụ, anyị ga-enwe mmeri. Ọrụ Chukwu ziri anyị, anyị ga-enwe mmeri. Ọsị anyị atụ n'egwu na anyị ga-enwe mmeri. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, my sister. I appreciate you for that.
Mary. Yes, so.
Oh, yeah, carry go. Continue, Mary.
Yes, so my sister, mommy, Mary Sha.
Go ahead, my sister. You go. Give us your closing. Give us your closing remark. We are rounding up.
Okay, good. Like the sister said, enough. A word is enough for a wise. A word is enough for a wise. So, if a word is not enough for you, count yourself that you are not wise. If at this point you say you are neutral, you don't know where you belong, call yourself also a Bafra. Just write it, send it to people that print something. They'll print it front and back. Just wear it. Or I can help you make a t-shirt and put it also, so you put it on. That's what you are. You know, some people think that they are wise, they are smart, and then they will come out to say, I'm neutral, I don't belong to any group. The Bible said, if you're either cold or warm or hot, you'll be spit out. You see? You use your mouth to condemn yourself. And we in Igbo land will always say, no sabura anu obura anu ana. It's not me or calling you, you called yourself. Now where be belong? That's the same thing. You are not cold, you are not hot. The Bible says, spit you out. You must belong to some place. And remain there. Remain there. Like the people called the Christians at Antioch, Christians, followers of Christ. Remain in your own channel as a follower of Biafra. Stay there. Freedom. We're talking about democracy. Freedom. Everybody needs to be free. Belong where you are. Don't curse anybody. Don't force anybody. Don't make it that we all must all die and perish in one basket. No. We need that freedom. So please, stop cursing anybody. Nobody is a criminal. Nobody is a terrorist. Stay your lane. I stay my lane. Let's head to one thing. Biafra. If you contribute money in my pocket, watch me and see how I will use your money. But if you don't, why would you come and question me? What do I do with the money? Money you did not give me. If there is a place where you put your money, that's where you go and find out what is this money being used for. Because respect is a reciprocal. If you don't know anything about Amazon, if you don't know anything about passport, If you don't know anything, respect yourself. Slow down. Make some research. Don't just jump out. Help yourself. Help yourself. And happy nature. Okay, you come, you disgrace yourself, and then people will analyze it and put you where you put you where you supposed, put you in a line. You see? Tomorrow you say you are wiser than wise, you are cleaner than clean. Please respect each other. Belong where you belong. Follow your heart. Let your heart lead you. And that heart will be your judge at the end. And word is enough for a wise. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you, and I thank everyone that have been with us on this program from the beginning till now. Bro Greg, you are there. Give us your closing remark as we close the curtain. Bro Greg. I think Brother Greg is not there anymore. So we got to close the curtain. I'm seeing somebody who's sending requests. We are closing and we're rounding up. I'm not going to entertain any requests now until hopefully tomorrow. You can join us tomorrow. Peace Man, you can join us tomorrow. You can join us tomorrow. We are already rounding up. We've spent a lot of time here already. So I'm on the closing section now. You can join us tomorrow and have your time to make your contributions as always. Thank you for showing interest to be up. So hope to see you tomorrow, Peace Man. So my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate everyone that have participated on this program today from the beginning to the end. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your contribution. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sharing. Most importantly, for sharing. Every one of us, we are part of the media. Every one of us is part of the media. Not only those of us who are anchoring the platform. We are only here to hold the platform for the Biafran people. You are part of the media. Share the program. Like and share. Very important. You never can tell who this very program is going to redeem. You never can tell who the program is going to come into their hand and they will make our voice heard. I strongly believe there are still some good people out there in the United States, in the United Kingdom, even in France, in all parts of the world, in Europe, in America, Australia, Canada, there are good people out there. Just like in the Civil War, during the time of the Civil War, while their government were busy taking innocent life, some of their citizens didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what happened. And when some of them realized what was happening, they began to join us in protest. In the UK, even when their government was in the forefront of taking the life of the people of Biafra, some of them began to protest. This is the importance of sharing information and using the social media effectively to speak your mind. Tell people what is going on in your area. Even if you don't want to speak about Biafra, tell people about the atrocities that's happening in your zone. Look at what is happening in Biafra land today. Look at what is happening in Biafra land. When the people try to defend themselves, the government itself will come after them. When the people make a move to defend and protect their land, the government itself will come after them. You form a vigilante group, they come after you. You send the police, even when the governor make a call, put a call for military to be sent, they don't. It has been happening right from the time of Muhammad Buhari. When you put a cross across that terrorists are coming, they will not. Instead, they weaken the people, take out their arms to create chance for people to come. We must continue to speak about this issue. It is not just, and some of you who are scared of talking about Biafra, I don't know what is your fear. If you let fear of the unknown stop you from taking chances, you will stifle your true potential. You will stifle your true potential if you allow the fear of the unknown to take over you. We must begin to speak. Speak about something that is happening in your area. Begin to expose and reveal things that are happening in your area. Don't keep silent. A lot is happening. And our duty here is to continue to expose the atrocities of the Janjaweed in our land. And we will continue to do so as long as we have life. No matter how they try to stop us, no matter all their propaganda and their blackmail against us, no matter how they try to hold us back, with every little opportunity that we have, even if it is one person listening, that one person will hear it and tell it to another person. The next person will tell it to the next person. The next person will tell it. From one person, before you know it, 100 people will hear it. When 100 people hear it, I bet you 200 have had it. When 200 have had it, 300 have had it. Before you know it, it will get to 1,000. And before you know it, the information will go to millions of people. That is the importance of sharing and liking. Don't be economical with the information when you get it. When you get it, share with us. Join us on our live program. You join us, express yourself. In our platform, it is a platform to express freedom. Freedom for all. No matter your orientation, no matter your religion, your location, it doesn't matter to us. What we are concerned about is the freedom of the people, humanity. We debunk every lie they are telling against us. We debunk them in this platform, and we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter how they try. Nigeria is not meant to be, and it's never going to be. And I want to share this last information with you here before we close the curtain. Hear this. Listen to this very program. You'll baffle what you're going to hear.
In record inflation, mass unemployment, and growing insecurity, the Department of State Services, the DSS, has just built and commissioned a Bola Ahmed Tinubu Center for Islamic Studies in Kaduna. Let that sink in. The nation's top intelligence agency, whose job is to counter terrorism, espionage, and internal sabotage, is now in the business of constructing religious education centers named after a sitting president. If this doesn't raise red flags about the misuse of state power, blurred lines between religion and governance, and creeping authoritarianism, what will? This is not about Islam. It's about institutional integrity, about boundaries, about a security agency straying from its constitutional mandate. Why is the DSS funded by taxpayers' money building a religious center? Why now? And why naming it after President Tinubu? Nigeria is a secular state, yet we are watching the dangerous politicization of faith and the creeping use of national institutions for soft propaganda. What message does this send to millions of Christians, traditionalists, and even Muslims who see through this tokenism? Is the DSS now a developer of religious infrastructure or an intelligence agency? What still, this comes at a time when Nigerians are buckling under the weight of economic hardship, hunger, and fear. Citizens can afford food, electricity is a luxury, and insecurity remains rampant. Against this backdrop, the decision by a national security agency to commission a religious center named after the president feels not just tone deaf, but deeply insulting. It reeks of privilege and detachment from the daily struggles of ordinary Nigerians. We're not against interfaith gestures or community development, but it must come from the right quarters. If the DSS has the bandwidth to build schools, why not build a forensic lab to track terrorists or intelligence facilities to combat banditry? Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning, Nigerians. Your DSS is building Islamic Center after the name of Tinubu Islamic Center, built by DSS in the north. Good morning, Nigerians. We will talk more about this tomorrow. Thank you so much.
When the DSS start to build a school, it's no more security.
My sister.
That's why the head of the DSS just say, protect yourself.
Yeah,
now you see where it's coming from. You see it. That place. So.
Hey, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning.
It's but a good morning, Nigeria.
It's okay. Hopefully tomorrow we'll talk more about this.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister.
Okay, my dear. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Fellow Biafrans, may Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike be my guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. May Chukwu Gamagara and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko. May Chukwu Gamagara and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed.
Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
See mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today I just we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
Chinedu voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with the trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
Truth is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations who protect their citizens, respect their neighbors, and honor the differences that make each country special and unique. It is why we in the United States embarked on an exciting program.
Now therefore, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, His Excellency Simon Jaku, by virtue of the authority and pursuant of the issues and principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region under the 40 confederating states of Biafra, together with her continental shelf and territorial waters, shall henceforth regain her independence.